we will be live. TNA is starting pretty late tonight, so we are starting pretty late tonight as well. They're live, though. The live edition. I don't know why their live shows don't start till 10 p.m. lately, but here we are. Where my TV remote is beyond me, but we do need that in order to actually start watching the show. I'm looking around for it. Believe you me, I'm looking around for it. Crank up the fan in here because it is hot in here. There it is. Just recorded. I was just recording some stuff for Patreon, which will eventually make its way to YouTube as well when I play a lot more of it. Doing a playthrough of Baldur's Gate 3, a heavily modded one. I finally decided the easiest way for me to play that is going to be to just play it myself and not stream it or anything. That way I can cut out the boring parts and people won't go, oh, this is boring. I can make it exciting. So, was doing that for the last couple hours. It's been a day off finally. Haven't had one of those in a while. Like, have not had one of those in a little over a week at this point. But it was nice. TNA loaded up here on TNA Plus, and be ready to go. I think. Well, I guess the show doesn't start for another minute, but it is just a black screen on TNA Plus right now. So we're gonna hope for the best, and I need to put out the post that I'm live. Ugh, the Sonic rabbit hole figures, be careful. It's a slippery one. It's a very slippery one. Yeah, Sonic rabbit hole is a very slippery and expensive one to go down. I'll tell you that here and now. Yeah, I was on the WWE rabbit hole for years upon years, so been there, done that, bought that t-shirt. Is it gonna play? Is anyone else having problems with TNA Plus? Oh, well, that just fell off my desk. Hold on, is it? If I gotta just watch it on my computer, I mean, that's fine. It's annoying, but it's fine. I can just load it up on my computer, that's fine. No, it's just a black screen on TNA Plus no matter what you do. I was like, good to know TNA Plus can only be used on one device at a time. Okay, so yeah, it is their feed is weird because it said it was going live soon. Yeah, no, I couldn't. Couldn't do that anymore. I don't have that kind of money or that kind of patience anymore for wrestling figures. Or really that kind of interest. What the hell's going on with TNA Plus? Trying to open it up on my end on the other thing here, but like, yeah, no, it's just a black screen on TNA Plus right now. Yeah, it's everyone. It's not working. There's just a black screen. Apparently works fine on Access TV, but don't have that. Used to love going in, seeing all the wrestling figures, but I'm not gonna play with. I mean, I am almost 25 and I still play with figures, so I try and make a living out of it. Huh. This is certainly a problem. Can't really do a watch along when there's nothing to watch. Alright, I've got it sort of working. It's not exactly a legal way of getting it to work, but it'll work for now. We're kicking off with the birthday boy, Joe Hendry, though. I'll just leave it on the black screen until it starts working on TNA Plus. Different though, I make content. Fair enough. Oh, we're getting a Joe promo. A Jomo, if you will. Pro Joe. I don't know. Jomo's John Morrison. Oh, I'm having some frame rate issues here too on the stream. All right, we're good. It was just having a little hiccup. Happy birthday chants for Joe Hendry. You love to see it.
And not only won the TNA Wrestling World Championship, but wrestled Randy Orton at WrestleMania. We started Unbreakable. We went to WrestleMania. I showed up at NXT, and then I went on to one of the biggest challenges in my career at Rebellion. I faced two of the biggest rivals I've had in my entire career.
I gotta go back to working tomorrow. I took the day off because I was in physical pain and couldn't go deliver today, but back to work in the morning.
Because you won't believe I was able to believe in myself and walk out of Rebellion still TNA Wrestling World Champion.
I think Hardys could show up in WWE now that they don't have the titles. I think they could have showed up with the titles, personally.
My back was turned right in this spot. I turned around and I was attacked by Trick Williams. So what did I do? I showed up at NXT to call out Trick, and he was nowhere to be seen. Instead, I got jumped by Dark State.
It is weird having TNA actually be live on a Thursday, but it's kind of enjoyable.
I don't know how you do things at NXT, but back there, we've got the greatest locker room in the world. And if Dark State want to come down here, they're all going to come down and keep it even. Trick, let's keep it between you and me and try this more tight. Trick Williams, I'm calling you out. Get your ass out here now!
It's Trick Williams here. There he is.
And perhaps you shall receive.
Yeah, my thing is buffering. Oh, no. Trick's bringing it via satellite.
But Trick Williams tonight, but the truth is, Trick Willie is not in the building. Have a big battle royal coming up. But don't get it twisted. I'm still watching the show tonight. Especially you, Joe Hendry. Yeah, I heard about your big main event. I heard you got the Frankies, the Nimmons, the Hardys. Sounds like it's going to be a banger. Sounds like a great opportunity for someone to get hurt. Joe, heard about your little boo-boo on your shoulder. Be careful.
I'm guessing they're only live at 10 p.m. this time because they're in Cali, so it's only 7 in the afternoon, evening right now for them.
Production team, I need time to call out Trick Williams, but the truth is, this is live. And if you are too scared to face Joe Hendry, well, that's no problem. The show will continue. Because tonight, later on, we're going to have a huge main event. It's going to be the Nemesis and Frankie Kazarian
Why is Frankie still in the world title picture?
versus Joe Hendry and the Hardys.
Like, I just... Should TNA Unbreakable free on Access before this. Really? How about that?
And the new TNA World Tag Team Champions, the Nemesis. That and so much more still to come this evening tonight in LA. For more,
Again, though, I asked the question, I raised the question. Why the hell's Frankie Kazarian still in the world title picture?
side, Zach, how are you feeling about
Gia Miller in the nice seafoam green. I've always liked that color.
We got the W at Rebellion, but not only that, we had Sean Waltman, one of my childhood heroes, in our corner, helping.
God, Zachary Wentz' mustache is so gross.
The X Division champion, Bruce, and tonight I'm gonna pin him again. I'm excited. I'm excited. Look at you. You all charged up and ready to go. Champ already in that new shirt. Might have to switch my outfit. Sure. Smoke him if you got him. And tonight I'm about to go get all of them.
Yeah, Zachary Wentz ain't winning the X Division title. I'll tell you here and now.
Still to come. The X Division title is on the line as Moose defends against the man who pinned him at Rebellion, Zachary Wentz. As we mentioned moments ago, a huge six-man tag team match is on tap for later.
The beard's coming back in after I did my damage to it last week, as you can all see. And Mike Santana in action up next.
What I'm aiming for is the truth. Access TV is your access to unforgettable moments with music icons. Peace and love. Peace and love.
I'm technically watching on Access TV right now. Technically. Just someone else's Access TV. As 15 minutes into the show, there's still nothing on TNA Plus.
Access artists, access music, access TV. Prize Picks, the app that can turn your hot takes into 2,000 times your cash. Like when Drewski said, he trash talks more than he gets buckets. Come on now, I didn't say that. Download the app during the playoffs and get $50 instantly when you play your first $5 lineup. What happens in Vegas stays.
Anyone got any questions tonight? Universe, whatever. Patreons and members got Honor Club today. They'll be getting... Hi, JT. They'll be getting main event tomorrow / late tonight when I finish, when I get it uploaded. Probably tomorrow afternoon, though, when I get done working. But main event is done. I have completed the... I've been getting stuff done for Patreon today, like I said. I'm trying to... Oh god, JT showed up just in time for me to say anyone got any questions. Oh fuck.
The whole process was very discreet. Made me feel like I'm a rock star. This product hasn't changed. When it kicked in, I said, yeah, I'm back. I remember this feeling. Get started today at 4hymns.com.
Hey, Allison, founder of Poppy here. We have some huge news. Poppy has teamed up with the Minecraft movie in celebration of the release to create limited edition packaging and candy signs.
Oh. I think we're here. The feed just kicked on.
Catch it in theaters.
It's mute right now, but the feed has come on. AW start off crazy. That it did.
Suggested I talk to them a place for mom. They really have been. My advisor listened and understood his needs and showed us options that were still nearby, but a better fit for Dad. Now he's in a warm, engaging community with a big group of friends. I know we need a better choice.
For free senior living advice, go to aplaceformom.com.
Rebag, the way luxury resale should be. A curated selection of investment pieces to treasure today or sell tomorrow. Discover one-of-a-kind finds. Verify.
You've been on AEW for a little while. We feel like you're doing better this run around than last time.
Reinvest. Reinvent. Get 10% off your first purchase.
Huh. That's a really good question. What do I feel like I'm doing better this time than I did last time? Hold on. Is it coming back? All right, TNA Plus is fixed. Thank God. Yeah. What do I feel like I'm doing better this time? I feel like I got my feet under me more with it this time. I feel like I'm able to laser focus a little better. And like, I'm gonna be 100% real with you all. A big part of why it was kind of a mess last time was it was one of the many shows where Ray and I were collaborating on every detail of it. So it was a little harder. And I love Ray. He's my best friend. Like, he's my brother. But collaborating on a down to the detail basis on shows has always put a strain on our creative relationship a little bit, for me at least.
I wanted to talk to you about something very serious.
So I feel like having that little bit more freedom of just the show being mine,
You really just
more confident now in the early seasons. Well, there's that too.
yeah, I miss rebellion too. That doesn't work. We did something special that no one could take away from us. The most brutal, violent body match. Damn right, we earned that. We stepped in there and we had the most violent, sadistic fight.
Yeah, being more confidence helped, but I think I've got more of an idea of what the show should be, more of an idea of what people wanted from the show. I mean, the first season and some change I was doing it, it was like I did it for a season and a half, so it was the Wild West of just throwing shit at the wall and seeing what stuck.
Shaking your
Why is there so much sexual tension between Sammy Callahan and Mance Warner? Is Siege Macklin gonna have a big showing since he's a veteran? Probably.
mutual respect for blood between Santana was strong, blood action stabs it unbreakable. The one that went down this past weekend.
Gabe versus Pog was great. Glad you enjoyed it. Hey, Pierre. I'm pretty good, bud. Good to see you. It's good to see you. Good to be here. Yeah, well, I know he's an actual like U.S. military veteran. Yeah, I knew that. How all blood feuds goes, Eder. Look at Callahan versus Edwards in like 2017, 2018. Just raw sexual tension at the end. I guess so. But yeah, Patreon backers have something big to look forward to now. Very behind the scenes, like very curtain peeled back. A very curtain peeled back look at some stuff as I'm recording footage for what is going to be a big series of videos over on Sanctuary at some point. And I will admit, it's do you want to look for that Sheeta entrance as using on before? Not right this minute, I don't. I don't really want to open the game right now. Like, I recorded main event in Ring of Honor today. I was gonna try and do Raw. I wrote one word in the Raw script today and went, you know what? Not today. I think that's a tomorrow night / Saturday morning me problem. All right, Mike Santana with the win. There you go. Mike Santana with a very quick win at that. Yep, Aaron Stevens is back in LS11 universe. Can't fucking escape him. Like SpongeBob when he's writing the essay, and it's just the only 799 words to go. That's how I felt writing Raw. Yeah, I just don't have it in me to write it today. Mustafa can't seem to buy. Sam's not.
I'm gonna give props where they do. I'm gonna give you respect. But you gotta help carry the book. But you got something that I want.
Okay. Mike Santana, if Joe Hendry's got to drop the title to someone, I'm down for that. I can get behind Mike Santana winning the TNA World title. Hey, long hair guy's in the front row again. Long hair guy is seemingly defected from WWE to TNA.
You want to be at the top of the mountain, you got to be ready for everybody climbing up behind you.
Allow me to beg your indulgence. A phrase just hit here. It literally just triggers me to go, fuck! Like, LAW, it made me scream at the top of my lungs. Then on AEW, I was on commentary and just went, fuck! Yeah, I'd be down for a Mike Santana TNA World title run. Look, I'm fine if Joe drops the title at some point. He's going to have to. He's only going to be in TNA for a few more months at this point. Like, that TNA contract is coming up. And he's probably going to go... They very well might put the NXT title on him. So... So there, like, I am perfectly okay with him dropping the title to someone interesting. Someone interesting is just not Frankie Kazarian in the year 2025. Not 50-something-year-old Frankie Kazarian in the year 2025. Like... Yeah, not 47, not old enough to be my father, Frankie Kazarian. Mustafa Ali, world title. I can get behind it. I never knew until a couple months ago Sandow was on the SmackDown IRL roster in 2006. How about that?
It's sweet as imagined for Steve Macklin. Thought for a moment that perhaps Eric jumping the Northern Armory will behind him and
Uh-oh. Look out, Macklin. Hollywood Trick Willie as TNA champion could also be fun. It could. Of course, we're going to be doing the SmackDown watch along tomorrow. Fortunately, nothing this weekend. I get this weekend completely off from having to stream.
appeal to his friend that joined him. To never run it alone, Macklin refused.
Yeah, Aleister Black versus apparently apparently WWE has dropped the attempted trademark filing for Edge for now. Which does not necessarily mean that Adam Copeland will be able to get the trademark. Here's Black's first feud. BS Andrade. They've always had great chemistry. I mean, this Miz stuff could very well lead to Andrade or to Mello versus Black. Let me look at the SmackDown roster though. Hey, Aleister Black's got a new render. Nice. Yeah, Mello could be fun. Apparently, Priest and Drew must continue for some reason, even though Drew got the definitive win at WrestleMania. I'd much rather be seeing Drew versus LA Knight, but you know. I mean, Andre. There we go. I'm back. Minor Wi-Fi hiccup there with that one. That one's not even on my internet. That one's on my computer. My my computer has like these antennas on the back of it that help it keep its internet connection, and one of them got knocked off while I was recording earlier, and so I haven't fully screwed it back on. Why the fuck's Drew in the mid card? Because John Cena's the world champion right now, Kevin, and it's either Drew kind of hangs out in the mid, and there's really no one else main event level on the SmackDown roster he can feud with, so he's got to feud with the mid carders, or he's just not going to be on the show. Pretty simple answer on that one, honestly. So there, I got it screwed back on. That might fix it. Fortunately, even when the stream does drop frames, it's only for like 5 seconds, so it's not, it's not full on unwatchable like it was on the old Wi-Fi. I am not looking forward to having to wake up early tomorrow and drive an hour. So, because of my delivery job, what I'm gonna have to do tomorrow is wake up at like 6 in the morning. So, in about 7 hours from now, 6 hours from when I get done streaming tonight, I'm gonna get up, drive an hour to this warehouse, pick up about 60 to 70 or delivery like pieces of mail or packages. Like 60 to 70 or maybe even more packages, and then probably spend about eight or more hours just driving around Georgia dropping them off. And then if there's anything that I can't deliver, I got to take it all the way back to this warehouse, drop it off, and then drive an hour home. It's not going to be a fun day. Several people said Drew was in for a world title push after Mania, so that's why I'm asking. That's a valid thing to ask, but it's just a case of there's only one main event title on SmackDown. It's held by Cena. Orton's feuding for it. So at the moment, that's just kind of how it is. I think Drew's gonna go on a roll, and I think he is gonna win the world title. I think it's gonna be later this year. I truly do think that the kind of roadmap I laid out with my video the other day on Wrestle Luigi, I think that's the way to go. I think Drew's gonna win Money in the Bank a second year in a row. I think this time he's gonna cash it in right after Cody beats Cena. And I think Drew McIntyre as WWE champion is the way they're gonna run things for a while. Really do. God, when TNA goes, maybe against Jay, he wins, and that's also a possibility. Him beating Jay is 100% a possibility. I wouldn't be against it. I think if there's a draft coming up soon, which I'm sure there will be, I think it's very probable the world titles are going to swap shows in the draft, and Cena will be a Raw guy while Jay goes to SmackDown. I think that's the better way to do it, honestly. And it could happen to break that record. I swear someone else has won Money in the Bank twice. I swear. I know Edge didn't win the ladder match twice. No, I guess Punk is the only one that's won the ladder match twice, because over the last few years, Drew had it in 24. 24, Drew had it. 2023, Priest had it. 22, Theory had it. Ugh. Yeah, no, 21, it was Big E. 20, it was Otis, and then it went to Miz. I think I'm thinking of Miz. I think I'm thinking of Miz is what it was. Not 2 years in a row, though. Oh, boy.
Well, chaos aside, it seems like Eric Young got exactly what he wanted, another shot at Steve Nash. Well, right now we turn our attention from the TNA International Championship picture to the TNA X Division Championship picture, especially coming off of Rebellion and Ultimate X. Plenty of controversy there. I want to take you back to this past Sunday. It was Leon Slater who looked like he was
I so wish it was Alistair or AJ that won briefcase in 2020. Yeah. You're the first person to win Money in the Bank and TNA feature fired. What a weird statistic.
We are talking milliseconds of time here, inches, centimeters. Leon drops the bell, you see there. Back it up a little bit more again here. Just watch this. Literally instantaneously. It is so close to call. Either way, we saw the result. Moose coming on here.
Yeah, the way they had Moose win Ultimate X is bullshit. Pick for 2020 was Morrison. Mine was AJ. So my younger brother called Otis winning it. Oh my god. I don't know if you all heard my elbow on that one, but ow. That hurt. It's always weird, like, seeing in the reflection, seeing my arm go, like... They were closer on the spray paint sinking that time. They're still never going to get it, but...
Looking for the 1, 2, 3 after, WWE's Sean Waltman was in his corner this past weekend at Rebellion with 6 fantastic matches. It was consistent. And it's the last one. Ace Austin third to the Broadway pass back to the line. And you don't know better. Let's get the Moose in that Moose's second match of the night. Look, the man was pulling double duties. He's defending his championship double and backing up the system and that's our campaign. But either way, it ends up right here in the impact zone. The title's on the line against Cashapp wins. Plus the X Division titles.
I'm also bitter that Leon Slater lost because he was my pick in predictions. I still remember when EC3 got the pink slip in TNA visa revived and should have been in WWE jobbed out with a solo cut months later. It was like a year and a half later, but yeah. He spent a year in NXT doing stuff. He was there. Then he got injured. Then they called him up. They turned it into a story. I'm sure that's what they're doing. I mean, I'm 100% sure that's what they're doing. Doesn't mean I like the story. Like, it's as simple as that.
Division champion, and now has to deal with Zachary Wentz in his way. Zachary Wentz, who, if you remember, he was in the Championships in 2024 back in August. He won about 14 matches to capture the X Division championship. Zachary Wentz became the first ever TNA wrestler to represent the X Division title on WWE television at NXT. The first in September. Then a week later, it was Wentz.
Much better gimmick than Derek Bateman. Yeah, for sure. I'm normally in bed at this time of the evening. I'm an old man. This is a little late for me. Which, before anyone asks, I got no previews for any of you guys for the next episodes of Universe, because, like, literally, this is all I've got. This is like Kevin joked, it's the SpongeBob V. Nathan. I've got the name Nathan. And I know people go, oh, well, Nathan Fraser's gonna be on the show? Fucking, of course he is. He's like the main villain of LS11 Universe this season on Raw. Like, I know people will complain because he's no longer affiliated with Dixie, but, like, if he changes now, it'd be kind of weird. I've never seen anyone complain about it. But that might just be me. So, with TNA Plus, when it goes to commercial, okay, we get to keep watching. Cool. On mute, but we get to keep watching. But yeah, no, it's like, you look at it, every season's kind of got its main villain of LS11 Universe. Jimmy was not in the way I hoped he would be. He's not been as overarching as Nathan. Like, you look at season 1, the main villain of Raw was Seth Rollins. The main villain of SmackDown was Bray Wyatt. The Fiend, specifically. You go into season 2, the main villain of Raw was probably still Seth Rollins for the first 3/4 of the season. That was Bobby Roode, I guess. It was Damian Sandow, and then it was Bobby Roode. And then SmackDown, it was Ciampa, and then it was Adam Cole. And then NXT season 1 was Adam Cole the whole way through. NXT season 2, it was Gunther the whole way through. Season 3 on Raw, it was Roman as the main villain. Over on SmackDown, Cody didn't show up till like the last half of the season, if not later. So, SmackDown, it was Gargano for most of it, I guess. It was Gargano till Survivor Series. Then when Gargano left, I guess Cody kind of became the main villain. And then NXT for its brief season 3, I guess Didn't really have a main villain because AJ was champion the whole way through. We didn't really have any heels in the main event scene. Season 4, I guess it was Cody the whole way through on SmackDown. And on Raw, I'm having to think about Season 4. Let's see. Season 4 Raw. Oh! I don't think AJ Styles was the main villain. Because he only turned heel like in the last couple weeks of his championship reign against Cena. He played heel against Cena, and that was about it. He was face for the rest of it. I mean, I hate to say it. Season 4's main villain on Raw might have been Brock. Because Gunther was kind of a tweener. Rude was more of a minor inconvenience by Season 4. Because in Season 4, the championship went from Styles to Cena to Lesnar to Knight, and it stayed on Knight the rest of the season. So I guess it might have had to have been Brock, because he was just kind of this inevitability looming throughout the season. Season 5. It was Gunther in Season 5 on Raw. He was full on the main villain of Raw in Season 5. And then it was still Cody over on SmackDown the whole season until his face turned right at the end. And then this season, I would say the main villain of SmackDown, Punk was the face at first. So for the first, I'd say Drew's kind of been the main villain of Season 6 for SmackDown, really. And then on Raw, it's been Nathan Frazier. He's just been the most consistent bad guy on the show. Like, came in with Kevin Owens wasn't a bad guy the whole season. He turned around the SummerSlam. He turned right before SummerSlam. His real turn came when he finally cashed in. Before that, he was just kind of being a dick a lot of the time. So I'd say probably either Nathan Frazier or Kevin Owens, I guess. And then Season 7 hasn't started yet, but I kind of already know who it's going to be for Season 7 on Raw, at least. I just won't be able to give any kind of hints right now. Season 7 on Raw is going to be huge, though. What's really crazy is I'm almost through my notebook, my booking notebook. I'm on week 45, so I got 7 Raws left, 7 Dynamites left, 6 Dynamites left, because Dynamite's not going to have a week 52 this season. I'm going to have 1 week off of Dynamite before WCW, and then WCW will start the first week of the new season. So the final week of Universe for Season 6 will just be Raw, hopefully NXT, and hopefully SmackDown. It's been, a little while since we've had an episode of NXT. I don't really know what's going on. Haven't heard from Ray. I sent him a text 2 days ago about it. I haven't heard from him. So I assume he's just got stuff going on, personal stuff, so I don't pry when he... I'm fortunate that people seemingly understand it. Maybe 2 more months till Season 7, yeah. I think 8 more weeks. Counting next week, 8 more weeks. Last weekend of June will be the end of the season, which is wild. I've got my WrestleMania card locked in. I know Ray has got most of his locked in, so I'm hopeful we're going to get a Mania 41 arena in time to do it, but we'll see what happens. Ouch. I think this has definitely been creatively my most fulfilling season so far. I think 7 I've got even more ideas, though, which is great. What are you going to do? Water it? What? I don't even know what that means. Huh. Dancing in the water. A cool counter to the spear. Countering into the X Factor. That was pretty cool. Besides, you watch OVW. I think it's just you, dog. I think it's just you, my guy.
So live it up to the name that face of the franchise. Can you put it right here? The wins. Full counter. Moves in a counter for a win. Absolution. Six on the outside. Say goodnight to your West Division.
And Moose with the dub. Moose with the dub.
Take nothing away from Zachary Wentz, but Alicia Edwards proving why the system continues to work in every single form. The controversy remains from Ultimate Next as Leon Slater have a legitimate gripe when it comes to the X Division title. Right now, Moose remains your champion, but still to come tonight, the TNA World Champion Joe Hendry teams up with the Hardys to face Frankie Kazarian and the new TNA World Tag Team Champions, the Nemesis. And not only that, after the conclusion of the Knockouts Tag Team title match at Rebellion, Jody Brett gets her hands on that lead.
Get movies off my screen and it confuses me, I won't lie. These shows are like power episodes, and they also have all these cross promotions, tiles. It's a lot to keep up. I never fucking bothered with the NWA, man. Billy Corgan's Playhouse doesn't really concern me too much. Doesn't really interest me. Wouldn't be shocked if Natalya wins the NWA Women's title, though. Really wouldn't. In fact, I think it's a good move for everyone involved. Natty would deserve it. I agree. 100% agree. I think they should do it. I think I think oh, it's a ghost town in TNA tonight in that arena. Very empty arena in California.
If you believe in the system,
So let me ask you this: is Moose the best ever TNA Expedition champion to ever exist in the history of TNA?
that's yes. Yes, he is. Because I don't want to get beat up.
You don't want to get beat up. Okay, I see where you're going. Tom, what do you think of it?
Well, listen, Edward, exactly. That's what the Exodus is talking about. It's Scott Slater. The Exodus champion power of belt.
Raiders in action. It's Kate Steve Navarro. We're also going to have Knockout action tonight. Maggie Lee versus Joe Brett.
God, this is weird. This is like they got this woman walking around talking about the show at ringside. And like I know this is what happens when you go to TNA tapings.
Opportunity to meet Sasha Blanchard. Joe Hendry.
Like they're airing the like for the live crowd only. Like, they're talking about like what wrestlers are doing meet and greets after the show. Yeah, let me just get in my car. I'll be in Cali in 3 days. Will they still be going? A little bit on the furthest away point in the world in the fucking country. In the main 48. This segment's going on forever.
Exclusive recovery partner of TNA Wrestling. Following his TNA World Championship defense, Joe Hendry's right shoulder remains less than 100%. Hendry has been battling a rotator cuff injury. Continues to work through the issue.
One more hour in the show.
The attack by Dark State on NXT. Hendry has been medically cleared for competition. Following his jaw-dropping dive off the top.
Good God.
Slater showed no signs of serious injury and has been cleared for action.
Yeah, seeing that dive back, it's like I remember AJ Francis made the vague post about people who aren't signed to TNA getting out of the way. I love him to death. But you can see Cardona move out of the way so he doesn't have to take the brunt of that dive. Cardona's pretty bad about not taking bumps for people, is what I've.
Like Santana, at this time, precautionary measures are being taken, and Steels is not medically cleared for action this week. This TNA injury report is presented by BioFlex. Well, tonight, as part of TNA Wrestling's partnership with BioFlex, we are unveiling the TNA BioFlex Recovery Room.
Fucking red light therapy.
Quicker healing and recovery time for all of TNA athletes to return to in-ring action.
I know more about red light therapy than I ever wanted to because of my old job. Not the subbing one, the one before that. The one that was really bad.
Excuse me, we have a big match with
Oh no. Oh, catatonic Ali. Oh boy, Cody Deaner. He's taken so many steps backwards since leading the design, or Violent by Design, or fucking whatever it was called. And now Connor and Alan Angels are both gone, so.
And tonight, at midnight, my contract with TNA Wrestling is set to expire. But I want to thank Santino Marella for giving me this opportunity to come out here and speak to you people from the heart, possibly for one last time.
That's out of the six. What is my favorite Ray story in LS11? God, you've taken away my favorite. Hmm.
Been able to win a match in over a year. But I've learned that winning isn't what's about pinfalls
Let's see.
in a wrestling ring. For example,
I like Drew's story this season a lot. The AJ Styles NXT story was fun. I really enjoyed that. It was kind of cut off a little prematurely because of NXT Fallout. Only a few months premature, though. AJ was going to come up right after SummerSlam anyway. He was going to come up after SummerSlam. The original idea, had nobody gotten released, was that Roddy was going to cash in. No, AJ was going to get another year in NXT. Never mind. The original idea was that AJ was going to hang around NXT until about halfway through season 4. They are whatting this guy. Poor guy. But yeah, the original AJ idea was that he was going to stick around in NXT until halfway through season 4, and then he was going to show up on an episode of SmackDown, confront Roderick Strong, who was going to be the World Heavyweight Champion at the time, and beat him that same night for it. But, yeah, I guess AJ's NXT run. Come on, just thinking off the top of my head. Yeah, no, I don't think we're going to get Cena Roman again.
I want everyone to know if I lose my contract tonight, I don't feel like a loser. First of all, you people,
Godzilla versus the Marvel Universe. This is like the 100 Men versus a Gorilla thing. I think there's a lot of character. Fucking Galactus solos Godzilla. So I think it's.
laughing in the back and I'm listening to you. And I tell you right now, I'm getting choked up because I love what you're saying and after speaking to the board of directors. Now, listen, I am not authorized.
Oh yeah, I didn't know that was a thing.
An extension to Under Siege, which, if I'm not mistaken, is right down the road from your hometown. If you can be, I'm coming to you, Edward Edwards, and former TNA World Champion. Now, you guys want to see this match? The people choose this match. You want to see this match?
Do we want to see Cody Deaner versus Edward Edwards? Not particularly, no. Oh my God, Robert Stone! And Victoria Crawford. I don't know who that is, but... Fucking Robert Stone!
My name is Robert Stone, and you said to you officially under review. I mean, look what you've done with this place. It's like the wild, wild west. There's favoritism, there's nepotism. TNA needs a leader. TNA needs someone with a history. Someone with a vision. TNA needs...
Oh my God, that is Alicia Fox.
Just to let you know, the higher-ups have been in charge to watch every step you take, every move you
She looks very different from last time I've seen her.
And if I happen to let something slip through the cracks, or former WWE Divas champion, WWE Director of Authority, Victoria
Oh God, she's gonna be an authority figure.
Siege, it's confirmed that Victoria at the TNA Knockouts Championship match against Sasha Slash.
Oh, and she's challenging Masha for the Knockouts title. So Robert Stone is now the supervisor to Santino. And Alicia Fox is the deputy director of authority and also challenging for the Knockouts title. Oh, TNA never change, as Pierce says. What the fuck?
Joe Hendry, Emma Hardy, Swift Frankie Kazarian, and the Nemitz in our main event where we heard from Trick Williams early on tonight. So it's an opportunity to get her. And we'll hear from our newest TNA knockout, Indy Hartwell, live in the Impact Zone. And speaking of knockouts, the fallout from the Knockouts World title match.
Actually do change. Maybe just a little bit. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, maybe change just enough, TNA. Just a little. Just change just a little bit for us. Yeah, what the fuck was that thing? That was so much of that segment was a clusterfuck. Cody Deaner coming out there and acting like he's leaving. And then like Santino's like, no, you're gonna fight Eddie Edwards or Edward Edwards at Under Siege, and if you win that, we'll renew your contract. Then Robert Stone's like, you're under review. I'm in charge of you, and fucking Alicia Fox is your new deputy director of authority, and she's gonna challenge Masha. What the fuck, TNA? What in the TNA is that? Jerry Mojito, I'm good. I'm good. Just want water in there. That's on OBS. It's carried me through every video on this channel, so. As Pierre put it in the chat, which he grabbed from me in the Discord. What a chat GPT ass segment. Like, this is how I summarized it. Cody Deaner comes out and talks about his contract expiring. Hey, Chris Van Vliet in the front row. Finally, a front row celebrity I know.
There's going to be Indy Hartwell, the newest knockout sign for TNA Wrestling. Now, he told me I'm his favorite broadcaster he's ever had on the show.
But no. Cody Deaner comes out and talks about his contract expiring and his real-life family, while being drowned out by what chance, because the fans are justifiably not interested in him. Santino comes out and tells him if he can beat Edward Edwards at Under Siege, they'll renew his contract. Then Robert Stone and Alicia Fox show up. Stone is now putting Santino under review, despite the fact Stone isn't even part of TNA, and now Alicia Fox is the Deputy Director of Authority, and challenging Masha at Under Siege, and I hate to say it, knowing her past, but Alicia Fox seems like she's drunk and has no idea where she is.
A place like TNA, you see where the bread is buttered, and the bread is elegant. And her opponent, accompanied with the winning from TNA, representing Fire, Tony. Wild shot, very soft, and it's walking into Impact tonight live. Well, it's not walking anywhere, running into Impact, and you can imagine the frustration for Spitfire because Rebellion and Parks are contractual rematch for the Knockouts World Tag Team titles, stemming from sacrifice. A lot of teams who want that, they're following that. Really want that. They're all about moving forward. They're also Knockouts World Tag Team champions. Speaking of instant rings, that elite team got the right attack. So here we go. Back ready for knockouts action. Wrestling right here in TNA. Got to take a moment to say special earlier on this week. Hopefully he retired. That's going to make it I don't know how it happens out, but I'm excited to see it. To your point, I don't know where Robert Stone met, who we talked to, but he is obviously very.
Oh, man. Thanks, Joe Hendry. This is a great episode of TNA. I disagree. It's been a weird episode. Okay, so JT actually put it in ChatGPT, and here's what it spit back out. Cody Deaner's music hits. The crowd gives a mixed reaction as Cody Deaner walks slowly to the ring, mic in hand, looking solemn but determined. He steps between the ropes, soaking in the energy. Cody Deaner. Tonight, this isn't about gimmicks. This isn't about matches. This is about reality. My contract with TNA Wrestling is expiring, and I've got a family at home, counting on me, my wife, my kids. I need this. He pauses. Some fans chant "what" in rhythm, but Cody powers through it. I gave my blood, sweat, and tears to this company, and if this is my last night, I'm going out swinging. Oh, baby, Santino Marilla's music hits. The crowd cheers as Santino walks out in his trademark comedic swagger, holding a clipboard and adjusting his tie. He gets in the ring with a theatrical flourish. Mr. Diener, I appreciate your passion, but if you want to stay in Impact Wrestling, you gotta learn. And Under Siege, you will face Edward Edwards! Win and your contract is renewed. Lose and it's time to pack up your moose antlers. What? The crowd gasps, murmurs, and then, you looking at me? Robert Stone's music hits. Shots ripple as through the impact zone as Robert Stone struts out in a sleek, obnoxiously glittery suit, followed by Alicia Fox in full glam, rocking mirrored shades and a golden clipboard labeled Authority. Robert Stone, Santino, you're making executive decisions? Who gave you that power, huh? Because as of tonight, the TNA board has appointed me to review your performance. That's right, you're under review. Santino, jaw dropping. But you don't even work here. Robert Stone, not yet, but she does. He gestures to Alicia Fox. Alicia Fox pulls down her sunglasses. Deputy Director of Authority, baby. And I say Masha Slamovich needs a little reality check. And Under Siege, I'm stepping in. The crowd erupts in disbelief. Half in shock, half in hype. Alicia's delivery is erratic but entertaining, walking the line between unhinged and brilliant. She stares down the hard cam with a mischievous grin. Santino, muttering, Mamma mia, what is happening? Cue of massive brawl. He's stare down all around the crowd is hot. Under Siege chants ring out. What the fuck? Oh man. Oh my god. But yeah, the Under Siege chants really ties it all together, doesn't it? Fans aren't gonna chant for a show they're not at. Also, I've had a nickel for every time JT has randomly sent me a chat GPT thing on stream. I'd have 2 nickels. It's not a lot, but it's weird that's happened twice, right? Yeah, no. I don't know what's worse. That one or last Tuesday, oh God, can we get they got CVV to do the Joe Hendry spin with no audio, and like the camera went completely out of focus when he spun. What the hell? Oh man. There's only half an hour left in the show, and they plan to get like 3 more matches in. Oh hell. Yeah, yeah, I ain't got it in me to read all of his chat GPT responses, man. I do not care for AI like at all. I did the one video using it and I was like, this isn't fun. And then I'm not that into it. I've used it a couple times, but like never to do things for me. I wouldn't be against them team in reuniting Indy and Steph. Indy Hartwell and Steph DeLander. Maybe have them win the Knockouts tag titles. God, it's been an absolute mess with them being live tonight. Like, stuff's aired that shouldn't. Stuff hasn't aired that should.
In the greater Toronto area, Brampton, Ontario. Get your tickets now at TNAWrestling.com for Under Siege. Celebrate that Indy Hartwell is a part of the Knockouts division, but earlier on time, we got some news regards to the Knockouts World title picture for Under Siege. That's right. Thanks to, of all people, Robert Stone. We all now know that Masha Slamovich will defend the Knockouts World title against Victoria Crawford. I still cannot understand that situation, but also this match is the main.
Yeah, Hannafin speaking for all of us when he goes, I don't understand this situation.
Stands in the way of Tina getting a contract extension beyond Under Siege. Tina's job is at stake. Right now, we turn our attention to two standouts in the X division.
All right, Casey Navarro and AJ Francis. Casey versus Leon Slater tonight.
Sunday live and sold out of Rebellion. That Ultimate X was going to be Ultimate West. Casey Navarro over AJ Francis, and I noticed off stage match and really took home the X Division titles. There were a lot of close calls in that one, including one.
I don't got anything else to ask me about tonight. Ban chat GPT for the. I fucking would if I could, man. I fucking would if I could. Because between working at a high school for 10 months or so, where I would have kids bring me their essays, when I would be covering a class where they had a writing assignment, I'd be like, and if you need any help, I've got a writing degree. I can help you steer you in the right way. People would bring me just their copy-pasted chat GPT shit. And I'd be like, well, for starters, your teacher's going to know you use chat GPT. They're like, how do you know? And I'll either be like, because it doesn't read like you wrote it. It reads like an AI wrote it. Or they would just still have copied from chat GPT. Or like the chat GPT, would you like me to keep going? Still in their text and stuff like that. And then between that and JT dropping the fucking chat GPT generated argument for why Ren Sinclair should use the Fairly Odd Parents theme as an entrance theme and all that and other shit I've dealt with, like YouTubers using it for their videos now. I am so sick of AI. Like, and I know there's gonna be people that argue, Alexander, don't you use AI for your women's voices? Not really. I use a voice changer software, which is, yes, a form of AI in a way, but it's like a form of AI that's been around for decades at this point. It's a voice changer, and the voices being used in it are consensual. I'm not one of those people who, like, oh, I'm doing a Rhea Ripley promo? Well, I'm gonna clone Rhea Ripley's voice for it. No, I just use the voice of an Australian woman who consented to her voice being in that system. And so on and so forth. Like, I don't think thoughts on the Attitude Era. Not for me. There's parts of it that are cool, but a lot of car crash TV. Balls to the wall stuff. There's elements of it that are good. There's characters in it that are great. But, you know. There's no denying the popularity the Attitude Era had.
TNA wrestling. People like Casey Navarro and Leon Slater that live up to that. And speaking of Navarro, good night. Casey Navarro, a version of the 619. Not sure what the airplane code is here. Third guy. 3 weeks from tomorrow, working in the Toronto area in Ontario. Overseas, and all of my
May 24th. What day is Under Siege again? Well, I will not be doing an against all or an Under Siege watch along either. That will be when I'm at that convention. So, oh well. I'll watch it on my laptop in the hotel room that night. But bro, I'm not even taking myself. Alex is taking me to the convention. She's bought the tickets. I can't take anyone. I ain't got the money for that. Like, I'm about to have to fucking sit in the car and drive 5 hours each way for the convention. Not looking forward to that. I love my wife. Not looking forward to sitting in the car for 5.5 hours. I already do that on a daily basis. Actually, I do that for longer on a daily basis, so maybe it'll be nothing. Maybe it'll be like nothing for me. Hmm.
Looking out.
God, the Swanton 450 is so damn cool. Alright, I guess all that's left is the main event. I wouldn't be shocked if Trick ends up actually being in the building.
Victoria Crawford. Victoria Crawford. Someone who's been up to absolutely nothing in the last couple of years, aside from sticking their nose in my business. While I'm out here defending this title week after week, city after city, and she wants a shot at this title, that's perfectly okay with me. Because at Under Siege, she's going to find out exactly why she's not ready to be in a ring with an athlete of mine.
You tell her, Masha. What Trick's working with Dark State? Very well, my babe. Trick Henry should be a good match. Yeah, probably. God, I'm gonna need these last 22 minutes of the show to hurry out, because, I am... I'm falling asleep with the wheel over here. Not used to doing these streams this late at night. I'm used to being done by now. There is a chance I end up not being live tomorrow. I'm just going to go ahead and prepare you all for that potential. Because if I'm about to only go sleep for 6 hours and then go drive for like 9 or 10, I might come home and go to bed. There's a distinct possibility of that. So if I just end up, if 8 o'clock comes tomorrow or whatever time it is that SmackDown starts in your area, don't really care. Didn't more just to tell you all that, you know, there's a chance. Point being, my point being, if SmackDown comes tomorrow and I am not live, it means I'm asleep. So, the only thing I'll be keeping my eyes out for tomorrow is a thumbnail from Ray for SmackDown, and that's about it. Kurt Angle meme on a sign, brilliant. Alright, we're back. 18 more minutes of the show. Thoughts on the grand title versus the NWA title? Fucking bring it, Gunther, I guess.
Was assaulted by all 4 members of Dark State. Dark State leader Joe heads it down at the center of the ring, but Benji backs it out. Just jumping into the bone, and tonight with Dark State, you're ready. Tight, Trick Williams wins. But first, I need to get my hands on Dark State. Joe, let it be known, Hang and Tank, we believe better. As far as Dark State goes, just say pop on. Hang and Tank are there.
I say that. Gunther threatened to lock me in a broom closet once, so maybe I Maybe I don't. Maybe I don't want him to bring it, actually. Now that I'm thinking about it. Maybe a cowboy gimmick / clone. I've thought about it. I'm gonna have thought at one point. I've legitimately given it thought before. I've got the cowboy hat. I've got, yeah. I mean, you look at it at this point. There's 10 of us. There's me. There's Quizmaster. There's number 3, number 5, Doctor, Carnold. There's Eggman now is one of them, apparently. Jack Sparrow is there. And then there's Xander Cena, who's also become John Cena Claus / the Peacemaker. And Broken Xander is still around somewhere, I'm sure. And Mania Xander, so there's actually 11 of us. Oh, where's your stupid little trophy, Frankie? Where's your dumb little trophy that you fucking won for some reason? Naaman, he appears. Are we gonna get the full Hardy entrance? Come on. I believe in Joe Hendry. Yes! And I believe in Jeff Hardy. In London, Paris, Tokyo, America, Scotland, Canada, Mexico. Say, I believe in Joe Hendry. And I believe in the Hardys. I love that they're getting more mileage out of the Joe and the Hardys entrance. The Hendry boys back together again. Oh, it warms my heart seeing warms my heart seeing Hendry and the Hardys together. Make a gift of the God style title, but make it like the Infinity Gauntlet. That sounds like a lot of work. That sounds like a lot more work than it's worth, man.
The TNA World Title Genesis then shocked us all at a WrestleMania match against Randy Orton just a few weeks ago. And then successful defending his title in the main event of the Bells
And we're off to the races. Hands being thrown. I guess we're going to get Joe and Frankie one more time at Under Siege or something. And Joe will finally get to beat Frankie one-on-one. I hope, because Joe has still never pinned Frankie in a one-on-one match. That bothers me. It's fun work. I'll be the judge of that. I'm the one that has to do it if I did it. Although, speaking of fun work, gonna have a big announcement soon. Not tonight, but next week, probably. Once I've got everything finalized. I'm gonna have a, once I got everything finalized, I'm probably gonna have a big announcement about something pretty cool on LS11 Universe soon. Whoops. Sorry, Scourge. Got a lot of hair. Just to get it off my head and my neck for a little while. At least I'll go to bed. Until inevitable, I can feel it. A tuft is gonna come flopping down my face any second. Alright. Gets my neck a little less messy. Dave Meltzer is a mark. Sign in the crowd. I mean, yeah. Yeah, no, I'll have a little fun announcement soon. Again, not tonight. I gotta get everything set up for it first. I want to have like a trailer or something, YouTube short or something that I can upload for it. Although, speaking of YouTube shorts, the short I uploaded today, it's doing pretty good compared to every other short I've done.
Basically, essentially, more or less, single-handedly beat a legendary artist. Best brother tag team ever. Those beautiful open arms and the flow right at all. Frankie Kazarian, Frankie's been in the foul mood all match. I can't blame him. I mean, the man, someone who's open for the protocol man, stood up like a man, always shot ahead of time, no sneaking underhanded tactics at all. And then to have that
You gotta love when people ask how I do the thing that is clearly a mod. Be okay to be a mark for yourself in wrestling? Yeah. I don't see why not. I mean, I feel like me, Mr. Xandermania, Mr. LS11 Universe Grand Champion, would be pretty remorse if I said it shouldn't be a mark for yourself. Or I'd be pretty hypocritical at the very least if I said that you shouldn't be a mark for yourself, because, like, there's no bigger Xander mark than me. I'm my own biggest fan. I think everyone knows that.
TNA Impact is live tonight in the greater Los Angeles area. This is our main event. The TNA World Champion Joe Hendry and the new TNA World Tag Team Champions, the Nemesis.
I mean, I'm the only one with my logo tattooed on me. I think that's dedication to being my own biggest fan. I assume this is all building up to the Joe Hendry hot tag, and he'll pin one of the Nemeths. Oh, I don't have to feed the cats tonight. That was the last night that I had to do that. And just go to bed after this. Thank God.
TNA International Championship. There's a cover this is also official for the
Apparently, Alicia Fox is going to wrestle on TNA next week. That's someone. I have people being like, "Oh, don't disrespect Alicia Fox." I'm not. I'm just saying I'm not a fan. I never have been. It's fine if you like her. She's just not for me. I'm also really glad people enjoyed this week's LS11 Dynamite. I had a lot of fun making it. I really did. It was all done in one take as well. Like, that was just the raw file uploaded. That was nice to be able to do. God, there are 13 people that are on the free tier of the LS11, or the ZRC Patreon. And on one hand, I'm like, I'm grateful. On the other, I'm just also like, but why? I don't put anything on the free tier. Man, that was crazy. Yeah, it was a very fun main event. Admittedly, I'm kind of upset that it didn't end with B pinning Anna. That was kind of the hope. I wasn't expecting her to kick out of that knee strike. But the finish we got was good as well, so. If it had been that big of a deal, I would have just edited it around and had that be the finish of B pinning the champion, but what we got was good. Jay White scored the pin, so it worked. I will tell you, you probably all think you have a good idea of what the main event of Full Gear is. You're not. You don't know yet. You're wrong. If you think you know what the main event is, you're wrong. Restart my phone because it's been having this issue for a few days now where it's just sending me the same notifications over and over again. Oh, there's Trick. Oh, God. The Nemets are going to pin Jeff Hardy again. Because nothing is sacred in wrestling anymore. Should have known. It's Hendry's birthday. You never win on your birthday in wrestling. All right. That does it. That's the show. Solid episode of TNA. Solid 6.5 out of 10. 7 out of 10, maybe. Just that segment threw me off so much, the Robert Stone stuff. I'm gonna go to bed, though, because I don't know if you can tell by my eyes. I'm exhausted. I'll see you guys maybe tomorrow. If I don't see you tomorrow, I'll see you Monday. I'll try and have that announcement